Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's been making waves in Japan, a country facing a serious fertility crisis, with the average number of births per woman dropping to just 1.15 in 2024. The government's response? A wild mix of taxpayer-funded dating apps, speed dating events, and marriage seminars. Sounds like a rom-com plot, right? But here's the thing, these efforts are like prescribing cough syrup for a broken leg. They're not fixing the real problem. Let's unpack Japan's bad medicine for its romance crisis and explore a bold new idea to actually turn things around. Picture this, a government-funded speed dating event with more clipboard-wielding bureaucrats than actual participants. That's a real story from a friend of mine who showed up to one of these events, only to find three lonely hearts surrounded by a swarm of overly enthusiastic organizers. Or take Tokyo's AI-powered dating app, Tokyo Enmusubi. It burned through part of a $5.5 million budget, got 22,000 signups, and after 8 months, just 32 marriages. That's a success rate that makes even the worst dating apps blush. Japan's government is spending big on these romance remedies, but the data tells a different story. Young people aren't just single, they're paralyzed by self-doubt. A government survey found 63.8% of never married folks want a partner but don't know how to start. Over half lack confidence, and nearly 40% actively avoid meeting people. Throwing more apps or seminars at them is like tossing a lifeboat to someone who's afraid of water. So, why are these solutions failing? It's simple. They're treating symptoms, not the disease. Japan's fertility crisis isn't about a lack of dating apps or speed dating events. It's about a society where young people can't afford to dream of families. Economic pressures, rigid career paths, and a culture that penalizes work-life balance are the real culprits. For example, 34% of dual income couples in Japan are childless, compared to 39% of single income households with stay at home wives. Surprisingly, households with full time homemakers have fewer kids. Why? Because in developed countries, when women have more social and economic freedom, birth rates actually go up. Japan's stuck in a 20th century mindset, pushing traditional family models while failing to support young people's independence. Here's where it gets worse. Women in Japan spend 5 times as much time on housework as men, even in dual income households. Over 53% of women are in non-regular jobs with lower pay and less stability, compared to just 22% of men. The gender wage gap in Japan is one of the widest in the OECD. And while parental leave for fathers hit 30% in 2023, most guys take just a few days off, not months. Companies still split hiring into career track roles for men and general roles for women, locking people into rigid paths. Add sky-high childcare costs and a culture that frowns on prioritizing family over work, and it's no wonder young people are opting out of romance altogether. So, what's the bold idea to fix this? Japan needs to stop playing Cupid and start building a society where love and family are actually possible. My proposal is a family freedom framework, a radical shift toward economic and social reforms that empower young people. First, companies need to ditch outdated practices like mass graduate hiring and seniority based pay. Instead, offer flexible career paths, remote work, and real wage mobility so young people can achieve financial independence earlier. Subsidize businesses that prove they're closing the gender wage gap and offering family friendly policies like extended parental leave or on site childcare. Second, the government should pour money into childcare infrastructure, eliminate income caps on subsidies, and cut taxes for young families. This isn't about handouts, it's about removing barriers so people can afford to start families without sacrificing their careers. But it's not just about money. Japan needs a cultural overhaul, starting with relationship education. Instead of preaching about when to have kids, schools and workplaces should teach communication, conflict resolution, and equal partnership skills. Imagine programs that prepare both men and women for shared domestic responsibilities, not just outdated life design seminars pushing marriage. This is about building confidence in relationships, not just matchmaking. Most importantly, Japan's leaders need to stop treating this as a women's fertility problem and recognize it as a structural economic issue. You can't build families when career success means choosing between work and parenthood. Japan's current approach is like a bad karaoke performance: loud, expensive, and missing the mark. The family freedom framework could be the chart topping hit Japan needs. It's about creating a society where young people feel empowered to love, build families, and thrive without fear of economic or social ruin. What do you think? Could this work in Japan or even in your own country? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's keep this conversation going. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more big ideas to fix the world's toughest problems. See you next time.